The art of dowsing has been used for thousands of years to locate objects and answer questions. The story of Aaron in the Bible tells of Moses producing water from rocks with his staff, and dowsers appear on ancient Chinese statues dated 2200 BC. The 1556 book De Re Metallica shows German dowsers at work in mining operations discovering mineral deposits. Even the noted scientist Albert Einstein dowsed, and described dowsing rods as a simple instrument which shows the reaction of the human nervous system to certain factors which are unknown to us at this time. In the early 20th century, the fields of radionics and pendulum dowsing were further developed, and dowsing became a tool regularly used in mineral and oil exploration and the search for water. It was even used by the British Army to find water, and by the US Engineering Corps to help when clearing minefields. Today, many people use dowsing in search for water, oil and minerals, in healing and in medicine, to find missing objects, for soil and seed testing, or just to help with personal decisions. Leslie Baker has studied the field of pendulum dowsing for many years, and today he demonstrates it and explains how it all works. We are very lucky to be joined by Leslie Baker. Leslie has studied the ancient art of dowsing for many years. Today he's here to tell us all about it. Hi Leslie, thanks for joining us today.
Very good afternoon, Karen, on this very cold afternoon, might I say.
It certainly is today. Now, before we delve into dowsing, if you could just tell me really what kind of got you into dowsing. It's a strange hobby to take up.
Yes, it's been at the end of a long series of, shall we say, changes of interest. I used to be in the Royal Air Force, and during my RAF days I became interested in the UFO situation. I eventually became a UFO investigator, a member of Bufora.
Okay.
And it was when I discovered what, to my way of thinking, was a genuine contactee in about 1978-79. And this particular contactee that I took interest in was a Western master of yoga.
Okay.
And it was through studying him and what he taught that I began to have realizations in respect of reincarnation, life after death, other aspects of the paranormal, and my horizons just widened. How dowsing as such came about, I'm not 100% sure. This particular contactee that I came across, he was particularly versed in what he called shape power.
Shape power?
In the same way that a car or an aircraft has an aerofoil or aeroform, so that the air will flow over it in a certain way. So all objects, like a microphone, when we have natural flows of subtle energies across the countryside like this, any object in the way causes turbulence in the flow of energy. And he was particularly versed in this. And as I say, I don't know how I got into pendulum dowsing as such, but using a pendulum is one way that a person can actually check the flow of energy around objects. And this is, I moved on to things like Stonehenge and actually check flow of energies as a result of that.
Well, today we've brought you to the wonderful Waltham Abbey, which has a lot of history, and many people, well, they may or may not know this, actually has the Meridian line running through it. So we've brought you here today just really to see if you can pick up any energies. And this is the resting place of King Harold, who died in the Battle of Hastings. So maybe we'll just have a little walk towards where he is supposed to be buried. And if you wouldn't mind just seeing what energies you can pick up there, and then we will move on to the Meridian line, if that's okay with you.
Okay. You've got me unawares.
Okay.
I'm prepared. Okay.
Thank you.
I use a pendulum rather than dowsing rods. I find it's more accurate.
Right.
I've never got on with dowsing rods, I'm afraid.
Okay, well, so I guess this works just as well, though.
Yes.
Is this one wooden, is it?
Yes, this particular one is made of beech wood. When one gets into... going off the subject already. When one gets into pendulum dowsing, one of the things that one has to be aware of, especially if one is checking subtle energies, is that we're dealing with very fast vibrating energies. If you use certain materials like certain crystals or metal, you have to be aware that the atomic structure of the material can alter the flow of the vibration of the energy. I use beechwood because it's a very inert material, and it does not, to any noticeable degree, alter the energy that one is picking up.
Wow,
okay, it's shaped. You know that a cone is a circular base pyramid. This is essentially a cone, which is a circular base pyramid, on silk thread, which is a good conductor of subtle energies. And basically, it picks up on energies on its surface. The energies travel up the thread into the hand chakra, where the subconscious mind can analyse the energies.
Wow.
So that's basically how it works.
Wow. Quite scientific in a sense.
Yeah, well, I was an electronics technician, so I've tended to come into this from the technical sort of angle, rather than from historical, for example.
Well, it's interesting that you should say that, because many people that I interview and who are talking about, for want of a better word, cosmic subjects, have got very scientific and technical backgrounds, but I think they've learnt all they can in as much as they feel in that subject, but it's led them down a different path.
Yes,
and so I'm not surprised that you're telling me that at all. Right, I think we shall go and visit the grave tomb of King Harold.
We would like us to. Yeah.
Excellent.